Good morning. Hello, fellow YouTubers. What's up? Okay, so I had a dream last night. Actually, I had 3 dreams, which I will describe to you in semi-great detail. First dream I had, methane. Oh my goodness, methane. Okay, so I got up and I thought to myself, why don't we get lighter if methane is in our farts? I mean, you can light a fart on fire because it's composed of methane. But could you actually hold yourself off the ground if you held in enough methane in your body? Like a balloon. Like, what if you're cold and, like, ballooned up with a bunch of farts? And would you stand on a scale and, like, weigh less because it's holding you up? Or would you weigh more because gas actually has a weight? We learned that in chemistry. Everything has a mass to it. And if you hold in too much methane, would it make you float or would it make you heavier when you stepped on the scale? And I mean, I'm not going to be like, hey, somebody holding a fart all day and let's see how that goes, because it's probably dangerous, so don't do that. Don't try that at home, kids. And don't blame me if you do it, because I'm not going to pay for your medical bills, because it's your own stupid ass that tried it. Just go to your nearest scientist and ask him. If methane is lighter than air and it can make balloons and bubbles float, well, bubbles float anyway because they're filled with air, but still, if methane can make you float, when you stand on a scale, will you be lighter or will you be heavier because you have so much methane that somehow, like, contorts yourself and makes you heavier because methane has a mass to it and actually weighs you down? Or would it just not do anything at all? Second dream I had, okay, I dreamt about Pokemon and, like, what it would be like if it was a live action movie. And it was actually kind of badass. But then I thought, well, who watches Pokemon anymore? I mean, like, Pokemon was cool, like, in the 90s. I grew up with it. I've got all the games, and I still play them. Much cooler than, like, Kirby or Donkey Kong. Actually, no, I take that back. Donkey Kong's pretty badass, like, on the Nintendo 64. I don't have the 64, but at Wallace, where I go to school, which is college, I don't go to this elementary school anymore, but this is my kindergarten shirt, and I still fit in it. For those of you, yes, I'm short. I can't help that. Blame my dad, blame my mom, blame somebody, but don't blame me, because I have no cues on my genes. I don't get to pick, yeah, I want to be genetically tall and black-headed because I'm, like, red-headed and small. And I'm sorry for that. But anyway, I go to Wallace Community College, and they've got this Christian room, which I'm a Christian. I just don't like talking about it. It's kind of weird. And I thought about it, and I was like, well, I'll go in there anyway. And so I played the Nintendo 64, which is pretty cool, because they got, like, Pokemon Stadium. You're starting to notice a trend here. I kind of like Pokemon, but I'm not that obsessed. The newer versions really suck ass. I don't have enough money to get a DS, and I probably will never get a DS, because most DS games are, like, for smart people, and, I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm above average intelligence, but I don't like brain teasers. They're annoying. They take too much time. I'd rather just rot my brain with some, like, Xbox. But I was playing Donkey Kong, which is pretty cool. I like Donkey Kong. And then I thought, well, what if they would turn Donkey Kong into a real movie? That'd be kind of cool. But then I thought, well, where are you going to get, like, a big, hairy gorilla to play it? Because I think he's a gorilla, isn't he? Maybe he's a monkey. No, monkeys have tails. So he's not a monkey. But anyway, back to Pokemon, because I have a weird mind. In the end, it turns out really stupid, because Pokemon will never be real, and I don't want to listen to a movie where they go, Pika, 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 because I think, like, Charizard should go, Rrrr, insert random, like, dinosaur sound, because he looks like a fucking dinosaur, and his wings are tiny, so how the hell does he lift himself off? I know, I bet he holds in his farts all day, because he's got all that methane in him. It makes him lighter than air, so his wings just, like, direct him, and he's like a dirigible or some shit. I mean, who knows? I mean, Pokemon could be all filled with methane. That's why they can, like, jump really high in a battle and, like, take out a Steelix or some shit. And I've never understood, like, how a little Pokemon like a Caterpie can, like, beat the absolute shit out of a Steelix. Does that Caterpie, like, get ungodly big? Or does it stay small? If it does stay small, I want the go-go juice that Pokemon is drinking, because I want to beat up on some people. No, not really. I don't approve of violence. Don't approve of violence, kids. It's not cool. Okay, so Pokemon movie live action. Don't do it. You probably won't get many people to see it. Unless it's the old people who had Pokemon growing up, they might go see it, but I doubt it. Third dream I had, I thought, well, I'm underwater. Why am I underwater? I can't breathe underwater. I can't swim. I also can't ride a bicycle. That's pretty shitty. I tried riding a bicycle one time and ended up in a fir tree. Not cool. Not cool. I got a scrape on my ankle. That won't go away. Anyway, I had a dream I was underwater at the bottom of the ocean, and there was this, like, weird fish talking to me, and it had a light on its nose, and I went to go touch it, and for some reason, the fish turned into, like, Rudolph, and I don't know why Rudolph was underwater, because I thought it was an anglerfish, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go poke an anglerfish, because no one else on Earth has done that, because no one else has gone that far underwater to go poke a fish with a lightning thing on the end, like a, well, there's a Pokemon called a lantern, but I wanted to go poke it, so I did, and it turned into Rudolph, and then Rudolph started giving me this, like, you can't do this to the following fish. And I was like, what the fuck? And then he entered like some green shark, Greenland shark or something like that. And I was like, well, he doesn't live here. This is the Mediterranean. And he's like, well, they live here now. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got told by Rudolph. That's pretty fucked up. And, there's a squirrel out of my window. God, I hate squirrels. Why do I hate squirrels, people? They keep me from sleeping. They chew on stuff. They taste pretty good, and they make great cell phone carriers. But they're mostly annoying, and my dog likes to chase them and bark, which gets annoying for me because in the middle of the night there'll be a squirrel just like on my roof playing around, fucking some other squirrel, you know, squirrel screw, and my dog will be like, I'm gonna get you, but he's like, well, you're in the middle of sex, I'm not gonna bother you now, I'll wait till later till you're on the ground, then I'll fucking tear your balls off. But he never does. And he's a really cool dog, he just never follows through. Who knows? So, recap. Ask a scientist if methane will make you lighter if you hold it in. Just don't do it. Second, Pokemon is a live action movie. Probably not a good idea. Third, when underwater, don't poke a lanternfish. Rudolph will go ape shit on you, and you don't want to hear that. Because he's just a goody-goody two-shoes reindeer, and no one cares. Santa's still real. I believe. I really believe. Anyway, so, I guess, go ask a scientist, tell people not to make a Pokemon live-action movie, and don't talk to strange fish in the Mediterranean Sea. Also, Greenland shark apparently live in the Mediterranean Sea because they're on vacation. Peace.